Wayne Thomas Frye was born in Trinity, Kentucky in 1930 to parents Clive C. and Leona Jane Frye. The family moved to Manchester, Ohio when Wayne's father got employment with the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad. There he attended Manchester High School, where his athletic ability started to shine. During his high school years, he played basketball and baseball, and it was on his senior class trip to Washington, D.C. that Wayne would make a side trip to the US Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, an experience that would change his life. Upon high school graduation in 1948, he joined the Marine Corps. It was there that he was given the chance to attend the Naval Academy Prep School and then the Naval Academy itself in 1950. Wayne always excelled in sports, but it was while he was at the academy that he would show that he was much more than just an outstanding student. He was a world-class athlete. It was at Annapolis that Frye was introduced to rowing as a competitive sport. Wayne participated in the 1952 Summer Olympics held in Helsinki, Finland, as part of the US Naval rowing team competing in the men Coxed 8 rowing competition. The team won gold for the United States, beating the Russian team by more than 6 seconds. The 8-man crew was so good that Life magazine nicknamed the rowers the Great Eight. The Olympic final became more than a race. It spawned a small moment of goodwill between Americans and Russians during the height of the Cold War. At the time Wayne attended Annapolis, graduates there were given the choice to become officers in a newly formed United States Air Force. With his interest in flying, it was a simple decision for Wayne. After graduating the academy in 1954, Wayne was stationed at the Niagara Falls Municipal Airport as a member of 47th Fighter Interceptor Squadron Air Defense Command, flying the F-86D and F-102 in 1958 to 1959. 1960 brought Wayne to Andrews Air Force Base in Washington with the 1001st Operations Group. He flew T-33 among his other duties. As Wayne described it, I was instructing and keeping high-ranking officers at the Pentagon proficient and safe from themselves. Next, he went to MIT in 1963, where he earned his MS. Teaching would be his next duty at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado for 2 years. 1964 found Wayne at the Air Force Aerospace Research Pilot School, first as a student, then as an instructor. In 1968, with the onset of the war in Vietnam, Frye was transferred to Cam Ranh Bay, Vietnam, where he flew the F-4 Phantom. During his time in Vietnam, he commanded the 555th Squadron, known as the Triple Nickel. This unit was responsible for downing more than 50 MiGs during the war. Wayne has been quoted as saying, "Being in command was the height of my career. Any pilot in the Air Force would be proud of commanding during a war." He would go on to fly 266 combat missions in Southeast Asia, earning 2 Silver Stars, 5 Distinguished Flying Crosses, 15 Air Medals, and the Purple Heart. Of the many engagements Wayne was part of, one notable incident occurred on May 12, 1972. Frye and his weapons systems officer James P. Cooney would be the first 2 senior lieutenant colonels to bag a MiG-19. At the time, Wayne was the commander of the squadron and Cooney headed the 432nd Tactical Reconnaissance Wing Operations Tactics Division. The engagement occurred at low level between 500 and 1,000 feet, approximately 2 miles southwest of Yei-Bai Airfield. 3 AIM-7s had been fired at a range of about 2,000 feet. After firing these missiles, Wayne momentarily diverted his attention inside the cockpit to check the status of his 2 remaining missiles. When he looked back out, a cloud of debris located where the target had previously been passed under his aircraft. Rate of closure at the time of firing was more than 250 knots. Frye later noted that he and Cooney had probably set a world's record for the total age, 85, of an aircrew in an F-4 Phantom for a MiG kill. He was 41 years old, and his Wizzo was 44. Frye also speculated that they were probably the first 2 lieutenant colonels in the same plane to get a MiG. He was correct on both counts. He retired from the Air Force in 1974, and in the years that followed, Wayne would work in aerospace management in a variety of positions, including Vice President of Engineering, Program and Marketing Manager, as well as a number of companies as President. In Wayne's retirement years in the 1990s, he chose to spend much of his valuable time serving his community by serving on the Fleming-Mason Airport Board. He was solely responsible for the airport acquiring the 1966 F-4 Phantom II that is now on display on the field. He is said by friends to be an honest, good man of integrity who never talks about or mentions his past accomplishments. Few even knew he was an Olympic gold medalist until there was an article in the local paper. Wayne donated his gold medal to Manchester High School, where it is displayed in the trophy case. The road leading up to the school is named Wayne Frye Drive. Frye and his wife Glenda reside in Manchester, Ohio, the same town where he graduated from high school. It is therefore fitting that Wayne Thomas Frye be enshrined into the official Aviation Hall of Fame of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.